Hey guys, this is Lee Small, and you're watching CMS TV.
And what is up, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Chris Akin Presents. It is myself, Chris Akin, and of course, well, I would say, of course, Eric Ferentinos, but I have no idea who that is over there. So, hello, mystery guest.
Well, hello, Mr. Akin. I
Who the
am
hell are
filling
you?
in. I'm filling in for Eric. He will be here soon.
Okay.
I'd like to introduce myself to you. My name is Sugar Smack.
Okay. Hello, Sugar Smack. How are you?
I'm
Who are
quite
you?
well. I'm quite well. I wanted to introduce myself because I'm going to be the person that's sending you all kinds of treats from around the world.
Oh, no.
Yes, they'll be also accompanied with riddles and such. You will have to answer them, and if you cannot, you would get smacked.
If I cannot, do I have to eat
With
the
the
treat?
sugar!
Is that what I have to look forward to? Is that I'll have to eat the treat?
You will have to eat the treat, Chris Akin.
No, thank you. Holy smokes. So when can I
I'll be on
expect
the
these
lookout,
treats?
and you will be hearing from me in the upcoming weeks. So I just want you to be prepared. Don't eat too much, save room.
I'll save as much room as needed there, Sugar Smack.
Okay. Well, hold on for one moment, and I think I hear your buddy here. We'll see if we can find him. All right, hold on.
All right. I am holding on, waiting for Eric, I guess he's going to be walking into the room any second now.
Whoa!
Hey, there's Eric. You must have passed Sugar Smack in
Here
the hall.
I am, your only co-host, back for another episode.
Well, welcome back, sir. It is good to have you back. It's definitely better to have you here. So how's things,
Have us
man?
here.
Yeah, you and your peeps.
Agent Smiths.
Yeah, your Agent Smiths.
Smiths plural.
That's right.
Been
So
running
how's
into a lot of
things, man?
Agent Smiths lately. We're running into a
Right.
lot of Agent Smiths around. I find myself when I have to sit in airports and all these places, I find myself going into Reddit and getting caught up in the forums and arguing with people, which is not good for my blood pressure. And it's funny, in The Matrix, you and I were discussing this earlier, but it was explained to me a little better in that movie, Agent Smith's role. That anytime someone was threatening the Matrix to wake everybody up, an Agent Smith would appear and he could take on anybody's body or whatever. And that seems to
Right.
happen, quite easily in these forums and such. You start to speak a little truth, and then an Agent Smith comes up to push the old narrative. And it's hard for me. I got to keep my cool in those situations, but I get pissed at these people, and I don't even know if they are people. They could be robots. They could be paid shills.
Right.
But I get nasty too, because I'm from Jersey originally. So I mean, if I come at you, it's going to be hard.
That's
I'm
right.
going to talk about your mom's smelly vagina. I'm going to talk about all kinds of shit.
Right. And so here's the obvious question. Why would you even venture into these rooms if you know they're going to make you crazy?
I guess reading the comments are interesting to me sometimes, because you can get a somewhat of a consensus of what people are thinking, and there are people that turn you on to links to cool stuff, but
Right.
it's just being overrun lately with opposition control
Right.
thought, so it's just funny. I got to get off that shit, man. But yeah, a lot of that, a lot of traveling, as you know, we've been playing
Right.
shows. We did 4 gigs this
Right.
week. Sugar Smack.
I guess they want Sugar Smack back instead of you.
Right. Oh, you'll be seeing him again.
I bet I will be.
I have a feeling.
He's going to be visiting your new co-host, Diabetes Man, I have a feeling.
That's right.
Yeah.
Sugar Man's
Before
going to send you stuff so nasty, you're going to need angioplasty.
There you go. Before you even start talking about your travel, somebody just posted this, and they're 100% right. The CMS curse has struck again. This time it's your fault. You as part of the CMS family now. Eric killed Pee Wee Herman.
Oh, is that weird or what? Another premonition. I think I might have some kind of weird ESP, man. I can't explain it. I can't control it. But it's weird, right? It's weird.
Well, and
that was my backdrop 2 weeks ago.
And it's happened to I forget who we were talking about on the CMS. I'm sure whoever this is could tell me, J-Rad. We were talking about somebody on the CMS, and the very next day they died. And we actually talked about them dying. We literally on the show. Oh, I think it was Tina Turner. It was Tina Turner. We were talking about Tina Turner and how old she was, and if she was going to live another day or whatever. And then all of a sudden she was dead. Like the next day,
Ouch.
we were like, "What the hell?" We shouldn't
CMS
talk about
curse.
anybody. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We shouldn't talk about anybody.
I mean, what inspired me that day, honestly, was just the "Sorry, Not Sorry." We were doing that song, and of course, I
Right.
thought of Pee Wee Herman. That was one of his catchphrases. Sorry, not sorry. And
I'm going to sound like a dick here because I know the guy died literally today. I've never seen anything that Pee Wee did. Never.
no,
No, I think I might have
let's
seen.
pull
did
up
he
his
do a-
IMDb real quick to pay tribute.
Did he do a horror movie? Maybe.
He's done all kinds of stuff. He's done some cool cameos too. I'm trying to think of the movie where he was dressed up like a hippie kind of guy. He wore a wig in the movie, like long hair. We'll figure it out here.
Reubens. Let's see. Let's pull him on. Let's put him onto the screen here. Share
Put him on the big screen one more time.
There we go. In tribute.
That doesn't even look like him there.
Yeah, well, that's after he came, I guess. But yeah, look, remembering. Boy, they didn't waste any time, did they? Jesus. What did he die? 2 hours ago?
Mm-hmm.
He's already here.
Apparently, he's had cancer for some years.
Yeah. You think he got it the way we think he got it?
I don't know, but hey, man, it's true that those shots can rev that up, give you some turbo cancer, or make stuff that was under control not under control.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Most of Hollywood took that shit.
Yeah,
Not
a
Ice
lot of
Cube.
Hollywood's, not Ice Cube, and he's alive and healthy.
Also,
yeah.
you know who else came out was surprisingly Tucker Carlson was like, I never took it.
Well,
I
that's
was
not
like,
surprising.
wow, that's interesting. I
Did you
guess
think
I
he
was
took
a little
it?
surprised because it sounded like he was showing up to the studios and maybe would have had to take it, but recently he said he didn't take it.
Right. Well, I mean, why would he? I mean, he's like, anti the narrative guy now. I can't imagine that he would do something as narrative friendly as poisoning himself.
Right.
You know.
A lot of those guys had workarounds.
Right. J-Rad, talk about Bret Michaels, please. See, Eric can't laugh at that joke because he might have to work with Bret Michaels, but I can laugh at it because Bret's a dick.
Is he? I'm friends with the dudes in his band.
I like Pete. I like Pete a lot.
Norman.
I don't know who else? Who's in his band?
Norman, the bass player, Stormin Norman.
Do I know
He's
him?
been
I
Bret
don't know
Michaels'
that I know
bass
him.
player for a couple years now.
I don't know that I know him. I
Super
know Pete.
good dude.
I know Pete. Pete's a great dude. I almost kind of hate it that Pete's in this band, but he's been there for 20 whatever years. So
I've never. I mean, we've done shows with Bret Michaels. I've never personally met him, but yeah, I met the other
you're
guys.
probably
They're
not.
great.
You're not famous enough to meet him.
Right.
The only
But,
one in
you
your
know-
band would be Steven.
And our friend Ray got to meet Vince Neil while we're looking at this. I should say it was funny. Did he tell you what happened with Vince Neil?
No, what happened?
So I had him on the list or whatever. No, I went over actually and got him out of the crowd and
Okay.
had him come back and said, "Hey,
For-
we took those photos. This is York,
peop-
PA."
Yeah, for people that don't know, Ray did an interview on his show, The 90s Addict, with Eric. What, 2-3 weeks ago, something like that?
At least, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead. So Ray showed up to the show, and you got him backstage to meet you.
Right. There was trailers, and I just brought him back to a trailer. I think I offered him whatever if he was hungry or wanted water, whatever. And we had already played. I did tell him that I wasn't going to be able to see him till after the show because I'm just dealing with a bunch of stuff, and I can't do be a good host at that time. But once my stuff's all packed up, then I can like chill and whatnot. So I did go find him, and the security guy was pretty cool and easygoing with opening, lifting the rope up for him. And when it came time for Vince Neil, I thought, I'll go out in the crowd. It's probably, nobody will probably bother me, right? We like walk out, and I walked to the I guess there's the open general admission kind of area, and I walked to the end of it where the wall was. That lasted about 4 seconds, and then it turned into like my own little meet and greet. After like about 10 people taking photos, I was like, all right, I got to get out of here. Then I was just kind of like trying to walk quick towards the backstage. I took him with me.
Was there the little swarm of people that started swarming over to where you were to see who you were
and then Johnny
of?
was there too. Yeah, I mean, Steven does his own meet and greet, and I never really go out to these things, but I thought, what the hell? I'm there. It's this big show. It was Quiet Riot, Vince Neil. I go, I'm going to go out and enjoy this and go watch the show from the front, from the crowd, but it just did not work out that way. And so I ended up having to leave, and he's with me as we're walking back through the trailers. Vince Neil band's coming out of their trailer, and I'm like, you were saying with Bret Michaels, like I don't even feel close enough to Vince to go up to him and say, hey. I mean, I stay like probably 100 feet back, and I just kind of gave the, hey guys, have a good show, Ray just darts right over to Vince Neil and grabs him. Grabs him.
Didn't.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I was just like, I go, oh shit.
Do you like spin him around type of a thing? Like, hey, Vince. And
he grabbed him by the hand or something. He's like, I love you so much, man. And, but it was just like, I'm sure Vince was like, I think he said something to him. Like, he goes, what the fuck are you doing, man? Or something like that to him. I was like, oh shit. I actually just kept walking. Like I pretended like I didn't know him for a second. I just kind of walked away. And then he like came back over. He's like, oh, should I probably not have done that? And I'm like, nah, you probably shouldn't have done that, but that's all right.
Yeah, dude. It's called backstage etiquette. Ray's a fan of the CMS.
Excited.
He's heard us talk about this 100 times. There's a such thing as backstage etiquette, man. You don't bother anybody except whoever invited you back.
Right. Yeah, we were walking. I was talking to him, and also he just beelined. It must have been like 50 feet, and he just ran to him. It was funny. Like I actually laughed about it later, and I don't think they're gonna say anything. They won't even fucking remember that. I'm gonna see those guys. We're playing with them in Michigan.
Okay.
In a couple days, so I'm not gonna say anything, and I know they're not gonna say anything either. And if they do, I'll laugh it off. But so after that, I actually took him, and we did go up on the stage and watched Vince from the side, which he sounded really good, and he lost a ton of weight. I don't know if you saw that or
I saw a picture of it was him, Steven, and maybe Dana Strum, and I was like, damn, Vince had the baby. He looked a lot thin, like he looks 50 pounds thinner.
At least, yeah, definitely. So that was cool to see, and he sounded good too. He was hanging in there for like a good amount of songs. There was definitely a 50% improvement I was seeing.
Well, that's great. That's How many shows did you play? Just the one with Vince, or a couple?
Just one with Vince, and then I'm trying to think of what the other ones were. I know we played in New Hampshire, and Michigan was the last one. We played near Detroit, and that was great. It's District, what was it? District 420.
Yeah, District 142.
I wanted to say District 420 for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, yeah, I can't imagine why you wanted to say District 420.
The New Hampshire gig, my amp blew up, like it caught fire.
Right.
And I had a little technical difficulty there. And then the last show, too, had some weird amp issue. But I managed to get through it. That's how it is, though, these shows where they supply the gear and you're going old school and playing the amps. And They're not always good. You do the best you can.
How is the weather? Because I've seen some videos. Almost all of my social media is band guys, so everybody's out playing on the weekends. And I saw some pictures of some bands just soaking wet from heat. Was it bad out there? Or was it pretty decent, or what this week?
Yeah, it was pretty brutal.
Really?
All around on the East. It was hot here. When I got back, I had to go out of Los Angeles. When I came back, it was like almost 100 degrees in LA. Surprisingly.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Fortunately, where I live, it wasn't. I came back, Oceanside was like 75.
Right.
So that was cool.
Does it get real hot there? It probably doesn't get real hot there because of the ocean, right?
Pretty much, yeah. I'm expecting it by the end of August, September to be the hottest. That's usually when it starts cooking. I got a really good fan. That was one thing I got at the Five Below that was a good deal. It was like $20. This Tech Solutions fan.
Right.
It's nice. I got it rolling right now.
That's all you need, right? Just some cool waves and a fan.
Bring the heat.
That's right. Nice. Well, dude, it was definitely an interesting show without you last week. Me and John had a good time doing it, but I gotta say, I always like it better when it's me and you, man. That's what this show has developed into, and it feels almost foreign when it's not me and you. You know, it really
I enjoyed the
does.
show. I watched it from out there. And thank you to John for coming in on short notice. He did a great job.
Yeah.
Ricky was amazing on there. Man, he can chat, right?
Yeah,
he just took over.
He could go, and I was like, hey, go ahead. People don't want to hear me. They want to hear you.
I think he's just caffeinated too. I mean, he doesn't seem like he's, on drugs or whatever, but he's like,
No. I think he said he's 30 years sober.
yeah, I believe that because he's very clear-minded and, but just he can go like Energizer Bunny, and that would explain why he's out on tour doing these spoken word. Is that what you call it?
The spoken word tours. And dude, there's some long spoken word tours. They're like 3 hours long.
Right.
I mean, it's a lot of spoken word at that point. 3 hours is a lot, man. You got to be really entertaining to cover 3 hours.
By yourself, certainly.
Yeah.
Without commercial breaks or anything, you're just going 3 hours straight. Wow.
Yeah. I think he said that he has like an intermission halfway through it. But even that, I mean, dude, you guys play an hour and a half and you get the fuck out of Dodge.
Right.
You know.
I try to.
You guys play 90 minutes and you're gone. He plays 90 minutes, goes and gets a Coke and comes back and does it again for another 90 minutes. Like, whew, that's a lot.
And holds him there too, right? I mean, it seems.
Yeah. Well, he does have a lot of stories. What do you think about the only thing that I came away that I thought he was dead wrong about last week was I had said about I thought that he would be a better choice now than like Eddie Trunk to do like the cruises and host in Rocklahoma and all that. And again, nothing against Eddie. I mean, Eddie's Eddie. I'm not trying to shit on Eddie here. I'm really not. Mm-hmm. But I just think everybody has seen it with Eddie. I think seeing Ricky Rackman out there, like on you just did the Monsters cruise. Don't you think people would want to see Ricky Rackman out there introducing those bands?
I agree that you got to change it up a little bit, just like you shouldn't have the same bands every year on something.
Right. Mm-hmm.
There's enough to switch it up, and there's simultaneous cruises happening.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see Ricky on one of those for sure. And then, Ed on a different one or some other festival.
Yeah. I mean,
everyone.
Ed could do the 70 million pounds of metal or whatever that tour is called.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Well, not because he's fat. I mean, then I'd be on it.
Okay.
But I could do that one. But I just don't know what it's called. It's like, what is it? 70,000 tons of metal, I think, is that. And it's all like the heavier bands, like the Vicious Rumors and Death Angel, and those bands play that thing. But he could go.
I'm getting anxiety about the 80s cruise we have to do in like February or something. It's like 8 days or something. Well, it's going to be me and Susan.
But you had fun last time.
We ended up having fun.
You ended up having fun.
It takes a minute to get adjusted.
Yeah, I get
It
that.
was our
believe
first
me.
cruise. It was our first cruise, but that's just a long time, man, to be away
Mhm.
from our pets and
Yeah.
you
So
know
it's also a
all that.
long time to be around fans. And I don't say that to be insulting, but you could probably say it better than me without being a dick about it, but I'll be the dick here. Fans are annoying as shit, but you guys tolerate them for a little bit of time because you're appreciative. You appreciate that they come to the shows, you appreciate that they buy the music. So you're willing to shake a hand, take a picture, sign an autograph, whatever. 8 days locked on a boat where you can't get away from them. Now it's, dude, let me tell you everything I can remember about that show I saw you play in 2007. And you're just
Right.
like, ugh. Right?
Kind of. I mean, I was like I said. I mean, I threw the hat on. Nobody recognized me. It's like it's a cloak of invisibility, that Padres hat. I don't know what's magical or something. Nobody ever comes up to me when I'm wearing that.
Right.
The couple times we dined in a nice place, the people, most of the people eat at the free place, the buffet.
Right.
And I think there's also kind of a nicer for the bands area that it's not flooded with people either, where you can go dine. So I really I wasn't mixing it up too much. I mean, some people gave me crap about that too,
Right.
which I apologize.
But that was only how many days? Four on the water?
I feel like it was, like 5
4
altogether.
plus the in and out. Like they count
Yeah.
the 5th day, but you were off the boat at like 7 o'clock in the morning or whatever, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Exactly.
So,
But there's flying in. You got to fly in and get a hotel the night before the cruise. You
yeah.
got to, yeah.
Yeah. Well, my thing is now double it. Now double it
Yeah.
for that 8 days that you're going to be there. That's an awful lot of time of you having to talk about, well, I'm not really Warren DeMartini, because you're going to get a lot of that bullshit too. You're going to get all those drunk weirdos that don't realize that it's not Rat, and they're going to be out there going, dude, when you guys when I saw you play Slip of the Lip in '85, you kicked ass, man, and you'll be like, that wasn't me.
I have met some people like that are kind of a little challenged. Where I'm like, dude, I was like 12 when that record came out. But no, that doesn't happen so much. I mean, I think the whole Piercy band's kind of getting a little more known.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I
Johnny
think
was a
so.
singer in Enough's Enough, so he got a little notoriety there.
Sure.
But even our tour managers get more known,
Well, yeah. I mean, he's got his video thing that he does over there, and I mean, that is one of the good things about your band now is everybody has done other things.
Right.
Obviously, when Will is playing drums, Will's played drums for how many great bands? So people have seen Will before. And Matt's done stuff, and
That's right. He got a lot of rough cut love, I have to say. Like, there was people that came to the shows with rough cut albums for him to sign, and
sure.
talking about times they've seen him play. I mean, that was probably the most I've ever seen that going on. But he seems to be digging it, being back with us playing, and he's doing a great job. He's kicking butt up there.
Well, I mean, and I'm not just kissing ass here because you know me better than that. But everything that I've been seeing online lately, I don't know if you guys changed something or have done something different in the last, I'll say 6 months or whatever. But, everything that I see comment-wise, because I always watch, and I won't lie, I watch because I want to see if they reference Chris Akin Presents and see if they're talking shit about me or you.
Right.
Eric's a great guitar player, but those two suck or what,
Right.
I'm always watching for that. And literally every comment that I see lately has been, this band has really stepped up its game, a lot better than it used to be, great show. The band is tighter than they've ever been. I keep seeing that over and over. So you guys must have really, I don't want to say pulled it together because I've seen you play, 10 years ago and you guys were good, but it just seems like maybe it's all gelling because you've had the same lineup.
It's
for a little while
gelling.
now.
I would agree. there. And, Johnny's been in the band a year now.
Right.
And we're both lead guitar, basically we're both lead guitarists in the band. And it's just, that's starting to gel. And, as long as we could stay consistent on Scott Coogan this week, which is always great. He's a great singer too, so we're able to help Steven out with background vocals.
Right.
As long as the front of house guy figures that out and has everybody's mic on and these kind of things.
Right.
Yeah. What else was I going to say about the band? Well, you mentioned people making bad comments. Like, I don't get too many, but there's a couple that slipped through there. I had one today that kind of was a little much to be putting on my personal, Facebook, where it actually kind of bummed me out to where I just got rid of the whole post altogether. But some people, you can't give them that much power. But goddamn, I have feelings. You know what I mean? But I don't want to, get involved personally with like people that have something negative to say about me or whatever. I'll just like delete them or delete the post or whatever and move on, and I'll forget about it. But and it's not just me. I mean, and then people have said negative things about other people in my band, but I'll never tolerate that on my personal social media.
Sure.
Anybody does that, you're going to be off. But please feel free to talk all the shit you want everywhere else. Right. It's America, man.
Hell,
that's what it's all about.
Hell, your co-host. You found your co-host right now because I was talking shit about Steven.
That's right. I love telling that story about how infuriated I was by you and Neely and like all these fucked up things you're saying about Steven. I was really mad. I was like, I got so goddamn mad. I'm like, I'll run into them somewhere, and I'm gonna take that Neely guy and I'm gonna swing him and I'm gonna smash him into that Chris guy, and then I'm gonna start punching him. And then and then I met you guys, and you're like totally tower me, and you're huge, and you're just like, that would have gone so badly. You're heavily armed. So it just was like, well, what do I do now? So we just became friends, and
we squashed.
I left out that you won me over with your comedy too. The Classic Metal Show was so funny, and
thanks.
And I realized too that.
Well,
I was going to say that you guys are fans. You are fans of the band.
We are.
Stuff, so.
We definitely. Me and Neely both love Rat, love Steven, always have. But the one thing that we've always tried to be is straight up, even if it's guys that we're friends with. I mean, Neely doesn't do this a whole lot, but I'm the first one to jump on the Dokken bandwagon when somebody brings up a video of Don and he sounds like he's spoken word croaking it out. I'll say it. I'll be like, dude, he sounds like shit. And Don's a close friend. I mean, Don basically, I was his web guy for 10 years. And Don, when he was selling his Solitary record, he didn't even ask me like for money or anything. He just was like, here's 5,000 CDs, sell them, and then send me whatever. Never asked for accounting, never asked for anything. He just was like, total trust because we're boys. And I mean, you're in a band, so you can say better than me. I honestly believe that being honest but being fair is better for a relationship between an artist and a journalist than the journalist that just automatically sucks your dick about every single thing you do.
Oh, I totally agree with that. But there's limits. I mean, being cruel about it. You know what I mean? You can imply that it wasn't the greatest of performances. You don't have to, tell him he needs to retire yesterday. Whatever. But
I don't know that we said that, did we? Maybe we did.
No, I don't know. I don't know what you said, but he's not. Not having to be the web guy anymore, is he? No, kidding.
It was Oh, with Don? No, that was honestly the only reason I lost that gig was because when they did the reunion of the four guys, it was being funded by a financier, and the financier put his own guy in.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't like anything. It was part of the deal, was that he wanted his own guy to run the website. So I was like, I don't care, whatever. It's fine with me. I don't give a shit.
You're about to be really busy anyway. I mean, you got amazing stuff going on with Johnny.
Yeah,
which you probably. I mean, you've shared this everywhere else, but you should tell everybody here.
Well, it's just a basic. We are, myself and Johnny Gioeli of Hardline and Axel Rudy Pell. We're starting a business finding artists like the one sitting over there, finding them their money that they haven't been paid. Because there's a ton of money it's something like $80 billion of royalties that do not get paid to the artists. That's sitting out there.
Because this is 90 countries, like you mentioned. This isn't just the U.S. and Europe
it's all
and
over the
stuff.
world. It's worldwide stuff, but it's the bottom line is that you guys and I've all as much as I'll talk shit about any band, and I will. I have no problem if a band sucks saying, "Hey, these guys fucking stink." That being said, I am as much of an advocate of of every band as I can possibly be. I want to see you guys get paid. I think it's despicable, absolutely disgusting what they do to you guys with Spotify and YouTube Music and Apple Music, how they pay you 1/1,000,000th of a cent for every 10,000 plays or what. I think it's disgusting. That fucking cocksucking fuckface Daniel Eck over there at Spotify. He's worth $250 million off of your work. That guy's never played a note of music in his life. And you guys are paying him. And I don't think it's right. I think it's criminal that the commercial radio doesn't pay you guys anything.
We get our $100 and then we give it back to him to have Spotify or Apple Music or whatever.
I mean, it's criminal. And dude, more and more that I'm talking to bands, I'm still learning this thing with Johnny. Johnny knows it inside and out, and he's teaching me. I'm more of the tech guy. But to be the tech guy, I have to understand how it all works so that I can build things to make it work better. And seeing how it works, the fucking industry has made it so none of you guys can find your own money. They've done it this way on purpose, so that they don't have to pay you. And it just sucks, man. It really, to compare it to somebody else's job, to whoever's out there that's a plumber or works in a shop taking phone calls or data processing or whatever it is that you do. Imagine if you were hired to do a job and you were told you were going to make $15 an hour. But once you got to the job and you started working, you only got 10, and they told you, well, the other 5 is out there. We don't know why you're not getting it. You got to go find it. That's what you guys are doing. And you guys don't know. You're a fucking guitar player. What do you know about, the idiosyncrasies of going into government websites to find money? Right. And look it up for you. And is it you, or is it Rat, or is it Stephen Piercy Band, or is it...
Especially with older releases, you know what I mean? It's like our life moves on and I'm dealing with stuff in the present and the future.
Right.
And God, some of this stuff is getting old. I was thinking Smash, that came out in like 2015 or 16 or something or no, 2017. 2017, and then the other one came out like a year later, the View to a Thrill.
18.
So one's already back in Steven's hands, and then View to a Thrill's like got a year left, I think, with Frontiers. Right. So we're due to do a new record. So I'm excited to like really kind of focus in to start doing that. And other good news, you and I are going to be doing a new intro to the show. Mostly Chris, not me, but.
Well, no, mostly you, not me. I'm not doing anything. We signed, and I'll tell that story too. I don't care because I'm happy to promote them. We signed an agreement with a company called Too Immersive for You. They do lyric videos, and they do video videos, and anybody that's follows me, and certainly on Classic Metal Show, knows I'm way into the AI. I am all the way in with the AI, and they do all their video work with the AI, and it's really good. I mean,
do you want to pull up at any of their stuff from their site?
Yeah, I'm not even gonna go to their site. I'm gonna go to an email that I got literally an hour ago with the new clothes for the CMS. I have a brand new, hot off the presses. Even Neely hasn't seen it yet, but
Is this similar? You guys had the CMS thing where it was like, shung chung, chung, ticka, chung, chung. You had that one.
Well, we have
animation that would happen?
we have the intro, and this is different from that.
Okay.
This is I had him take. We have the ending that we. Well, I could pull that up too. What am I doing here? Let me stop screen. I'll pull up what we have now for the CMS. Let me video file. Let me find. Oh fuck. Maybe I'll pull it up because it's always a pain. It's always a pain in the dick with this thing. But let's see. Active. Oh my god. This might be more of a. I might have got myself into something here. This. Now where are you, video? Now I gotta see. Fuck, I can't see. Let's see. Main outro. Is this it? No, that's the. Here it is. This is the outro we have right now for the CMS. Here we go. Just kind of blah, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's something I put together, and I'm not real good at it. And they sent me a first draft of the new outro, which uses the same music because I didn't tell them to change it. And maybe I might change it and have you take a shot at this one too if you want.
Oh, yeah.
But let's see, share screen. What would this be? CMS. All right, so now here is the new one.
That's Muley's car.
So we're tinkering, but I think it looks a lot better already.
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna cut us a new. They did the outro. I didn't want to fuck with the intro because I really like the CMS intro with the thing coming in and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's very epic and dramatic.
Yeah, I love that one, but I hate this outro that I did. I think it just looks like shit. And plus, I used a band that we would never play on the CMS. We used I used a band. What was it called? Graveworm. I used like a total death metal band, and then I just pushed some filters to cover it up. But
the question is, are they going to make like an AI generated me, like a guy with the mohawk that like does some karate kicks?
Do you want them to? Do you want them to do that?
To. Maybe, I don't know, something. We should be made into like superheroes, perhaps.
I'll send them pictures of me and you and say, here, do something with this. Because they're gonna work on that when we give them the music, which we're gonna get all new music from a well-known source. Mr. Eric Ferentinos is gonna do.
I was working on it for a few hours today. I was getting bass tones together. I was like tightening it up, getting the keyboards. This is gonna be cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
It sounds
excited.
This is an original piece of music just for the show, and I think it's going to reflect our wide taste in music.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, as far as time goes. Yeah, because you and I like some of the 80s, new wave stuff too, mixed with, obviously it's going to have guitars and, have an edge to it and everything. But I said to Chris, it sounds like a Lost Boys. It's like Lost Boys meets like a sleazy LA Guns thing or something.
Sure.
I don't know.
Well, I'm excited to have something new because I'll be the first one to admit, since I started Chris Akin Presents, even before Eric joined, I have hated the intro. I have hated it from day one. I never liked it. I hate the outro too. Both of them have just this generic bullshit music on them that stinks. You know, they stink, and especially the outro. Let me see if I can pull the CMS or the outro for Chris Akin Presents, so you can see this is just a bag of shit. This is really. As my work goes, I don't usually do stuff that's this fucking terrible, but I'm just not good enough at this at this craft yet, video, to do something.
And
good.
you go into a royalty free. You're in a royalty free bucket.
Well, that's where I got this both the intro and the outro music from. Is YouTube has something called the YouTube Audio Library, which is royalty free, but it's all sucky and it's all been used a million times. And you know, you said you heard our intro on somebody else's video.
I did. I was scooching on YouTube there and came across some video, and lo and behold, our intro came, which I've heard so many times now. I'm kind of used to it, but I didn't like it at all either when I first heard it.
I don't like it.
Sounds like this
all.
riff Chris Hagar always used to play at sound check. That used to bug me. It was like, I was like, ugh.
Right. Well, did you ever hear the original? The original Chris Akin Presents was even worse than the one we have now. Check out this one. I'll play it. Here it is. Here's the original Chris Akin Presents intro.
Right.
See, that blows.
It's pretty busy. You know, I'd say this idea that I'm doing isn't super busy or anything. I think it's accessible to most people, and I'm hoping that it like kind of sticks in their head a little bit.
Yeah, well, that one sure didn't.
And
that one didn't.
No, that sounded like somebody falling down the stairs.
No. This one I don't think is that much better.
It sounds good though. I mean, as far as like the drums and the guitars all sound good.
Yeah,
and it's fine. It's served its purpose.
Yeah, it's not very good
until now.
I don't like it. I've never liked it.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
It's good enough, I guess. I'll put it that. But again, if people are hearing it in other videos, that stinks.
It gives me anxiety because I feel like I'm about to go on with you. We're about to start the show and I hear it.
Well, then
it's like
if those two weren't bad enough, this is the outro, which even when I hear it when I'm laying out the show after, it pains me because it's like, this sucks so bad. And even the clips, it's a bad clip of me and you. It's a bad clip of me and Mariah. It just
I agree with
sucks.
Ugh.
It was my first try at an outro, and it just sucks. But I'll play it because whatever, I don't care. Here we go. That stinks. That just yeah. It's just fucking junk.
I remember that was my first. That was my first show. We had watched the movie Smile. Remember?
Right.
We had done a thing on it, and I, for my backdrop, picked this one thing in the beginning where it's in the morgue and the blankets over the chick who got her face cut into a big smile, and you can see the blood. Right. But when I'm looking at it here, it just looks like I have a shitty tarp for a fucking backdrop.
No, it's
in that
awful.
Particular scene that you have. And then I was back where I had my mic up here where it looked all stupid.
Right.
So now I have it all loked out down here.
Yeah, everything about it is bad. The clip of me and Mariah looks like neither one of us is even talking. That's even
It's
worse.
from before I
It's
could afford a nice suit.
yeah, before you could
Like
afford
Agent
that
Smith.
fancy suit that you got now. But yeah, I hate it. I was very excited when the immersive guys reached out to me to do something, and then when we literally got into a conversation about paying for what we were going to do for them, and I just kind of said to him, I said, you know what? I don't want to deal with all this shit. Just fucking do me 3 really good videos of using AI, and that'll be better. You know, that to me is worth, you know, if they were going to pay me $50 a month, I'd still rather have the 3 videos than $50 fucking dollars a month.
We'll make sure if we're advertising though that they kind of do a thing with you and me, like don't make them just pull up something out of a library and go, here you go.
Well, no, yeah, no,
We
I
could
agree
do
with
that.
you. I agree with you, and that's why you know I will have them. I'll send them a picture of me and a picture of you, and we'll get them to, you know, kind of AI us together, fucking going, yeah, you know, doing something in the microphone or something, or having you play.
I like how they had
guitar or
Neely's
something.
car though. They
Yeah,
had
it was
Neely's
good.
car and your one. I recognized that right away.
Well, they could have you, you know, like with your guitar on fire or something, playing, you know, something like that. We'll find something. We'll make it work somehow. You know, I haven't really come across any ideas yet, but I haven't submitted.
I think I
any
should be
ideas.
karate kicking. I think I should be doing
I
karate
think so
kicks.
too. I think that's a
personally.
must. As far as I'm concerned,
What
I don't
else do
even
I
need to
do?
be-
What else
well,
are my
you-
things?
You
I
give me
smoke weed.
diabetes. You smoke
Diabetes.
weed. You
I
can-
mean, we
you
have
can-
some of my characters. There's some of my characters that could scan
Scully.
in.
We get Scully in there.
Scully Sanddiggers.
Yeah.
And some other
Exploder.
Exploder. That would be cool.
Yeah. I mean, we could get all
Like
the characters.
literally, bro.
Dude, we could have you falling down on stage like you're having a heart attack. We could do the whole thing if you want. It could be all Eric as far as I'm
Heart attack,
concerned.
man.
Just put the logo up at the end. I don't care. You know, it could be all Eric for all I care. You know, as long as it looks cool.
We're a package deal. They got to like
Yeah.
show us. I don't know. I'm karate kicking my way to the studio. You're, I don't know, eating
Kicking
gummy
all the
bears.
posers, kicking all the posers out of the way so that you can get to the studio.
You're just like eating all these gummy Lunchables.
That's right. Throwing it up. But yeah, excited. I mean, it's exciting to actually be doing some production. So I hope for people that do enjoy the Chris Akin Presents show, I hope that tells you we have no plans on going away anytime soon. This is we are in this for a while. We're doing
We're like
new production.
herpes. We're not going anywhere.
That's right. We're just stuck on you, like scabs on a dick. We're stuck on you.
Stuck on you. I got this herpes and I know I didn't give it to you.
And I'll come today.
You're horrible. You're horrible, you boys.
Yeah, we kind of are. All right, so what do you want to do here? You want to take a little break? I have some stuff, and then we've got Bruce Sisk.
Yeah.
Your best friend, Bruce Sisk, is coming on. And
Yeah, let's
At
do a little
9:30.
break. I could refresh my do a warm up on my coffee.
okay.
Give Susan a little kiss hello. I got her some flowers tonight.
Ooh.
Got her some
Someone's
roses.
trying to get some something that doesn't include the herpes we were just singing about.
That's right.
Well, let's do that. Let's
Herpes-free.
take a little. Let's take a little break.
extravaganza.
Take just a little break here. We'll play a commercial or two, and then we will come back. And I have a question from last week's show that I need to ask you as a musician on this week's show because I didn't feel like we got
Sounds
a good
good.
answer. So we will do that, and we will talk to Bruce Sisk, and we'll do whatever the fuck else we do next, right here on Chris Akin Presents.
It is time to save America and stop funding woke corporations. Shop with merchants that share your values today. Get all the great products you buy online anyway from Mammoth Nation. Visit the online store today at us.cmspn.com and save money while helping to fend off enemies of our way of life. We can't expect change until we make changes ourselves. Shop Mammoth Nation today.
Did you miss the live version of the Classic Metal Show this week? Well, don't worry. Catch full replays of the Classic Metal Show every Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to noon Eastern. Video replay airs on CMS TV at www.cmstv.net, while the audio version can be heard on CMS Uncensored, which is available at www.cmsradio.net. Now is the time to catch up with this week's show, as the Classic Metal Show is available daily from 7 p.m. to noon Eastern. Hail and kill.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Chris Akin from the Classic Metal Show, the Seth Williams Show, every other show in the world. Chris Akin Presents. Can't remember the one with my own name in it. But I know what I do remember. This book right here, and other things I should not say. That's right, this is the book you want to buy from me. Especially you CMS people that like a lot of my dirtier stories. This is the one. This is the one that has all of the stories about my running around in the military, especially in Korea. It's filthy, folks. I'm not going to tell you that it's a biblical prophecy. It is anything but. It is a dirty book, but it has a lot of stories that I really shouldn't say, hence the title. But it's a great book. It's a fun read. I encourage you to pick it up. You can go over to Amazon and get it. Amazon, just look up my name and other things you should not say. And if you don't want to get it there, you can get it over at chrisakin.net. It's there as well. So pick it up today. And other things I should not say. It is the latest book by me, Chris Akin. And read it and let me know what you think. All right. See ya.